What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from thejasminebrand.com is here with me. And we have IDK here.
What's up?
This is your first time coming up here.
Yes.
Well, it feels good to have you, and congratulations. I think this is a great time.
Yeah. Right now is a great time for sure. More than ever.
Yeah. I think, because we haven't had you before, I want to talk about a lot of different things. We had earlier conversations before you have a song that Jay Electronica was on.
Yeah.
I never even asked you, how did that happen?
I think the first thing I did was I reached out to Law, and then I think from there, he randomly followed me and then DM'd me.
He liked you.
That sounds like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was MF Doom had passed and he was on the song, and he's like,
Right.
nah, I really got to do it. It took 7 months, but I got the feature. So.
This with that guy, it's just patience. It's
It
might not be this
patience.
album, be the next one.
And persistence.
But let's get into some of your history, because you actually were born in London, but do you claim London really?
I don't claim it because I didn't grow up.
Yeah.
I didn't hop off the porch in London, but I'm from London in terms of I got 2 passports. I got a British passport, American passport. I came to America when I was 2 years old though, so
Right.
I've been here my whole life.
So how did all of that happen? What was?
I guess my mom came from Sierra Leone to England, and she lived there and met my dad there, and then they had me. My mom was 19 when she had me, and then whatever happened, it didn't work out, and she left and came to America.
Why did she come to the States?
I have no clue, actually.
Okay.
I really, that's one of the things I wish I could have asked her, before she passed away, but I don't really know the full story to that.
Do you have other family you could ask? Because it's so true. It's important to ask your parents certain questions, because sometimes you just exist and you don't even think.
It gives you context to maybe some of your quirks or some of your talents sometimes.
Yeah. These are all the things that I think I thought about after, unfortunately she passed away. But that's a good point. I should ask my aunt and get her side of the story. But it's never as good as getting it from the source.
Right.
Yeah.
And our story is always different too. My reality is different than what somebody else sees.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what I always found interesting about you was that you also had a course that you teach.
Yeah.
Right? And
music business course. Yeah.
a music business course.
Yeah.
I need more context to that. And this is at Harvard, right? So
That's a big deal.
break that down for me.
It's all right. Well, it came from me being in prison. And the last bid that I did, I pretty much was able to take that, go to college. Didn't work out for me, but from there, I became a rapper, and I'm successful in this industry, and I felt like there was a lot of people who may be able to have that same story, but they don't have anybody to motivate them. So I was like, man, maybe if I bring people from prison to Harvard and do something there for Harvard students, but also give them the access, it could work out. And that then turned into, how about I start doing that for other artists? And then that turned into just people who want to aspire to be in the music industry in general across the nation, people of color though. Because the thing is, we don't see ourselves in spaces like Harvard. So the purpose of that program, one of them, there's many purposes, but one of them is to show people that we belong in these spaces too. So that's really the basis of it, the quick breakdown.
Was there a time you didn't feel like you belonged in these spaces?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. High school. I didn't think I was going to go to college or none of that, because it just was I don't like anything enough. And I tried it, and literally I did terrible. So, yeah.
So you went to prison when you were 17.
That was one of the times.
One of the times.
How many times you went to jail?
I went to jail 3 times. I went to prison once.
Okay.
So, yeah, prison's like state prison. Yeah.
So what, it was a robbery or what?
Yeah, robbery,
He's like,
deadly weapon. No, it's cool. Robbery with deadly weapon, and also assault and shit like that, stuff like that. Sorry.
I can't even picture that, by the way.
That's what everybody says, and that's actually a good thing.
It is, right? Naturally.
What were you trying to steal?
There's moments where you'll be able to picture it, depending on what side of the fence you on.
He is ignorantly delivering knowledge for us.
What were you trying to rob?
Can I say?
Okay, maybe not. All right, let's move on.
Over
I don't
with
know.
now.
It's over with. But it was the situation had to do with musical equipment, ironically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And so you actually decided while you were in prison that this is what you wanted to do, is be an artist? Or did you know before that?
Well, the fourth time, when I was in prison, yes, I was helping people get their GED, so I was a tutor, and then I also was a barber. And in the middle of that, it became like going out to the yard, putting on my earphones, listening to what's on the radio, memorizing those beats, and then just for fun, writing to them. And then I wrote in my book. I had a book I wrote all my rhymes in. And then people would ask me to rap. So I ended up rapping for everybody. They liked it. I figured if I could, entertain people in prison, that's all, they're in a bad situation.
Right.
Maybe it'll work if I get out. So that's what made me do it.
Isn't it crazy how your path, while at the time it may feel like, how did this happen to me?
Yeah.
It's really a reason.
Yeah, it's definitely a reason. And I think that, like, people always say, like, damn, you went to prison, da-da-da, how was that? Like, how do you feel about that? Do you regret it? And I'm like, that's, like, the best thing that happened in my life, if I'm being honest, because that was the pivotal change. All of the times, but especially the last time, that was a pivotal change that kind of made me who I am, like, right now.
Why especially the last time?
Because I was in prison, so I'm in there with people that got 20 years and like people who really like have been there their whole life since a teenager and stuff like that. So I'm really dealing with like the reality that I get to go home. Some of these people will never get to go home or anytime soon, So that's really what it was about.
How long were you there?
The last time was 7 months. I was supposed to do a year. I paroled out in 7 months.
Mm-hmm. Who'd you leave all your stuff to when you were leaving?
What stuff? Like what kind
You know
of
how
stuff?
you get to leave everything behind? Like, okay, you
You know what? I think I gave it to my man. I still talk to him to this day. He's still there.
What's his name?
D.
Okay.
Yeah, D.
D got all your stuff.
He had. I think I gave him some of it, most of it. And then and there was another dude. I forgot his name, unfortunately. But yeah, I remember his face.
So when did you realize that this was actually going to work? Like, so you come home, because I know sometimes you can get out of that situation and not know what's next. And it can be a lot of obstacles, for you.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I went to prison, there was no Instagram. When I got out of Instagram and everybody was listening to Chief Keef and they're like, yo, this is the new rapper and there's this thing called Instagram and you could take a picture and post it. And I'm like,
and then what?
What? Can't
For
you,
what?
Like, so is it? I'm like, is it like Twitter? And he's like, yeah, but you can put a picture on it too. And it's like, but I got out, posted my first picture. I got 40 likes. They're like, damn, you got 40 likes.
Oh, you lit.
He
It's
was
up.
lit. Who was liking it?
Yeah, facts.
It's a good way to get caught, too.
Yeah, right. Facts. I don't think you could see who liked it back then, though. Was it like that? Always like that?
Yeah, I definitely don't remember.
Yeah, it's evolved so much.
Because it could have been different women who were holding you down during that time.
No. It's funny enough. There was only one girl, my ex-girl, that used to come visit me and stuff like that. It wasn't really too much of that, no.
Did you feel obligated, like, afterward? Because, you was with me while I was locked up.
Nah, because actually, when I first got locked up on that bed, she dumped me. She came to the joint to visit me and dumped me. She became a born-again Christian.
Oh. See what you did?
Yeah.
You turned into Christ.
But she turned back to me after, no, let's not get into that.
But sometimes for people, like, when you get locked up, you would rather somebody do that than you have to wonder, like, what's going on, right?
Yeah. Shout out to my mom. Now, my mom used to really hold it down, and my friends, like my best friends, they came and visited me too. So it was all right. It wasn't too bad.
And now let's talk about this latest album, F65.
Yeah.
So what is this Formula One racing inspiration behind this project? And I know that you're a fan, so.
Yeah, well, I became a fan because of this album. I didn't know much about F1 before that. I always wanted to make an album where I took the concept of motorsport and racing to tell the story of, like, race, color, skin.
Right.
So F is obviously, like, from F1. And 65 is the year Malcolm X was assassinated. So it's just me basically taking the conversation I think he was about to have before he passed away when he changed, which I felt would be a more inviting conversation. I'm taking what I thought he was going to do and putting it in music. So it's about having a conversation about racial inequality, but it's supposed to feel good. So the music's supposed to feel good. It's supposed to make you party, but then you hear certain things that I think are important on top of that.
And there's things that you did with this album that were very organic but created conversations. And, of course, doing a song like Pinot Noir, which everyone loved, right? And Saucy Santana was on it. And then that turned into a conversation. And you did a post, like, he just could rap. It has nothing to do with him being gay. I just thought Saucy Santana, and Saucy appreciated that a lot too, because I feel like some artists may be like, I'm not working with Saucy Santana because then people will think I'm gay, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, like I said, like, you know, I heard the song and I thought he made sense for the type of song it was, and for me, like, that's like my Champagne Ratchet song. So I was thinking about the ladies when I was putting it together, and
we love Saucy.
Y'all say the ladies love Saucy.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It tracks.
And I see that more than ever now.
Yes.
But and it wasn't until I like really got him on there, then I started thinking, I'm like, I might be like the first black rapper, male rapper, straight to put an openly gay, maybe not in the history rap, but I'm saying with a platform where people would say something,
Right.
to put an openly gay rapper on my song. And I thought about it, and I was like, that might actually be the case. And when I put it out, it kind of made me feel even more like that was the case, because people were shocked.
Right.
Did you get
Women
any back?
loved it though. The women
No,
loved it.
listen, my hairdresser, Destiny, she was like, oh my God, you know that song, Saucy Santana? And I was like, IDK song? And she was like, wait, she didn't know about you yet, right? And then she went and listened to the whole album after that.
Yeah.
But it was dope because I was like, that's IDK, that's his song. And she thought you were from Brooklyn.
Oh,
first
yeah.
of all. She was like, he's from Brooklyn. I said, no,
Which is a
he's
compliment for Angela.
Yeah.
She loves Brooklyn.
Okay.
But it does open up to like a whole new, like now you have Saucy's audience, which is a different, you know, crossover audience for you too.
For sure. I see them all over my posts.
But that's a
DM.
dope statement without trying to make a statement.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought that was the right person for that song, and I had to fearlessly just put that together. And honestly, like, I'm so comfortable with my sexuality that I really don't care. Like, even if people say whatever they say, like, if you meet me, you know what's up with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the route necessarily that I go as far as my sexuality is. But I could still embrace somebody that I think is dope. And I liked his music before that. Like,
So you heard about him from his music before?
that Material Girl song.
Yeah,
I thought
Material
that was,
Girl.
I
And
found
walk.
myself singing that the hook. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, just like, you know what I mean? It's cool. Like, and even the joint, this song, like, if that shit come on, like, I'd be like catching myself like, oh shit, like
Everybody likes it.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
no, I think that's really dope. I know a lot of people like Saucy Santana, but a lot of artists might have been hesitant, clearly.
right. I got some
you know,
DMs.
yeah.
People hit me definitely like, yo, what you doing, bro? Like, I'm trying to defend you, but you kind of, I'm like, it ain't nothing to defend. Just wait till the song come out. Because I posted like a snippet of us before they heard the song. So everybody's like, wait.
You
what's
knew what you were
going on?
doing.
Yeah, you knew what you were
It
doing.
was a funny snippet. The dude jumped on the car out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? You know, like, you saw my facial reaction when it happened. It was just an organic moment.
Right.
If anybody would have did that, I would have posted that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you shouldn't have to hesitate just because, what do people... That's dope, though. And now let's also talk about the song about the police officer and the video
Oh,
that
yeah,
you did
Mr.
for that.
Police,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mr. Police.
That was aggressive.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, so how was that for you actually making that video? And I saw at the end it was like, just so you know, this is
it wasn't
not about all
yeah,
police officers,
yeah,
just the
yeah.
bad ones.
Yeah, you know, I gotta protect my corporate sponsorships.
That's
No, but it's real though. It's real, nah, because it's the truth. Like, at the end of the day, like, you know, that's not everybody, right? And honestly, my run-ins with the law, maybe because of the car that I drive, whatever, I don't really have those issues no more, you know, but I used to, and I know a lot of my friends that still do. So I just kind of wanted to highlight like what was real. But again, the music feels good. So the music don't feel like you would say that over that song.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Over that beat. But that's what it was about. It was just the juxtaposition, putting that music and that statement and that story in front of people in a way where they could consume it without having to feel like uncomfortable necessarily.
Yeah.
It's very thoughtful.
Yeah, I be trying to think when I mean.
How did it feel?
I be trying to think.
How does it feel like making a video like that, though? You know, what kind of thoughts go on? Because that's not an easy thing, especially having experiences and run-ins with the law.
Oh man, you got to be fearless. Like I said, it's just like choosing to put Saucy Santana on a song. It's forcing important dialogue, and for me, knowing that my heart is in the right place and and my intent is in the right place is my confidence. You know what I mean? Because I know that, I don't have no issue going ahead and doing something like that because I look at the big picture, you know?
And even the whole feel of the album, like a jazz feel.
Yeah.
to
a lot
it.
of jazz.
So you're a jazz fan.
Yeah, I mean a passive jazz fan. Like I don't know every single jazz musician. I'm ignorant to jazz to an extent, but I love what I hear and how I feel when I listen to jazz.
Right.
So.
I agree with you on that because I don't really know a lot about jazz, but I can go to a jazz club and be like, this is real cool.
You can appreciate it, yeah.
And
it is a nice
appreciate the
vibe.
feel of it.
Yeah, I think jazz is considered one of the most complicated forms of music. So a lot of people who play jazz are really technically skilled, and that's why I don't want to even learn so much about jazz, because I think the beauty is when you take someone technically skilled, they're good at getting the job done, but their ideas kind of are limited. So I take my ignorance and I just do things that you're not supposed to do, and it works out.
It's kind of like you see a lot of people getting into country music now too.
Yeah,
Have you ever
talking
listened?
about that?
You were?
I was just talking to somebody earlier today, and I guess that's becoming a big thing now.
Yeah. I think the thing about country music is the feel of it sometimes in the songs. A lot of it is about like love, heartbreak, hardships,
Yeah,
and things like
It's
that.
very soulful when you think about it.
Probably came from us.
Most things did.
I don't know the history of country, but
Would you consider doing country or another
It wouldn't
genre?
be a thought like as of right now, but
Right.
if I heard something and it felt like it called me to do it, I'll do it. Yeah, it's really, that's how I create.
Yeah. So now let's talk about another song, "Still Your Man."
Oh yeah.
What was
that
the
one.
inspiration behind that one?
That one was I was actually in England, in London, and I freestyle most of my music, so 90% of it is just not written. And that was one where I tapped into past relationships, kind of like that whole red pill talk stuff that's going on, a little bit of that, and just kind of like things that I've experienced, and kind of put that together. That was like literally off the top, and I sat back, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like I touched on this and that in this song, but
So
yeah.
it wasn't about one person in particular. It was about past relationships.
It was a lot of it was about one person in terms of my last situation, relationship, but like other than that, it was still a lot of touch points that came from other things.
Can you be friends with your ex? Are you?
Oh yeah. I think every ex that I have except one. That was my fault though. I'll be
He's
honest.
taking ownership.
Accountability.
Yeah.
we
Come
like
on,
it.
like, that was my fault. Like I get that.
What'd you do?
I cheated on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's typical.
It's not typical.
Don't do that. Oh.
Black men don't cheat. I'm the first to
Okay, all right.
ever cheat.
Apparently they do. You did.
I'm the first to ever do it.
Is
That's-
Oh, got it.
Okay.
First
Is
and
it
last.
cheating if you don't get caught?
Yeah, it's cheating.
I'm
if
just
you don't get
kidding. I'm
caught.
just kidding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cheating. Yeah.
Have you
but
been cheated on?
Not to my knowledge. You know. I guess
Women are
that
better
kind of
at it.
answers your question a little bit too.
We're better at
it.
it.
Happen.
Yeah, women are better at it. I like to think I didn't get cheated on. Well, let's explore that if we ever find out anything else.
That'd be some great music too from that.
Now another
Probably,
favorite on,
yeah.
on here is Thug Tear.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite on here?
I
I like that, and I like the song with Benny the Butcher too.
Oh yeah. I like. Oh man, it changes all the time. I like Pit Stop. I like Thug Tear. I like Pinot Noir right now.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's a
Right
given.
now.
That's poppin'.
Yeah, that's the one I really honestly like keep listening to, and I love the video for it too. Yeah.
So what's the plans for you now moving forward? Are you doing a tour? Are you?
Yeah, I'm touring in September, but the next thing I gotta do is I gotta go to France to do something, and then I come back. Then I gotta go France again.
Oh, you got
for
a date
Fashion Week.
you got a date in Paris, right?
Yes, I'm doing something for Fashion Week around that time.
Whoop whoop.
That's gonna be cool.
You love fashion too, huh?
It's funny, like people say that I like style, which is the art. Fashion is the industry.
Okay.
you
I'll
like
say this:
style.
they
You like
like
to be
me.
stylish.
I don't really like be trying to do that. I don't try to go to the shows. They invite me, I go. My people's doing a show and they supported me. I'm gonna go support them. It's never like a push. A lot of artists be like calling their publicists like, "Get me in
I
this
want to
show."
be front row.
No, I never do that.
Would you
That's
go
not
if you
me.
weren't front row?
I'm always in front row.
What if you
But I'm
weren't?
just saying, what if they were like,
Oh,
yo,
weren't in front
Yeah.
row.
Yeah.
If it's the
I'm playing with
Combe
you.
des Garçons show, they don't.
Which
do
show
front
you?
row.
Which show you would go? Which show would you be okay with going?
Combe, because they don't do front row.
Okay.
They're really Japanese,
like first
every-
come, first serve.
Yeah, but every other
Southwest.
show,
Yeah, Southwest
I
Airlines.
think
show.
I gotta be front row.
Yeah.
I can feel I can feel that.
Yeah, I think I gotta do that.
I
'Cause
think
it's,
what
it's a
it-
different experience. You get dressed, you got a fitting. It's like It's a whole thing. You get like flowers sent to you and gifts.
Oh, wow.
And all
See,
I didn't know
stuff.
that happens. All that stuff
Yeah,
happens.
yeah,
Okay.
if you get front row.
So
at
you
the
know
right
ahead of
time.
time, and then you get like a package with.
That's
like,
really nice.
Yeah, you be at your hotel.
I didn't know all that happens.
They might
either.
pay for your hotel and fly you out and all that. Yeah.
I saw, was it V Magazine where you did the whole stuff? That was
with
dope.
Lon Von. Yeah. That was interesting. 'Cause
How
we
did that
got to-
happen? Like, how did?
Lon Von reached out to me. Someone from Lon Von reached out to me because they heard about my concept and what I was trying to do. And shout out to my boy Biggie. He actually made that happen over there. So yeah, it was really like kind of like another brand, really big one, reached out to me, but it didn't work out with them. So yeah.
You could be like a creative director or something at one of these brands.
Yeah,
I feel like you make all kind of things happen.
It's funny. I like call myself a problem solver. So like me personally, I wouldn't want to be an artistic director for a fashion brand, but I will, however, use like the canvas of fashion to paint important pictures on. So because I know the streets, everybody loves fashion, and what I want to preach, what I want to say, I wanted to really reach the streets because that's going to change the dynamic of black people in America. So for me, that's really what it's about. And as long as I can do that, I'm cool. You know what I mean?
And what else are you? I know you're also passionate about the DMV music scene.
Yeah, of course.
So what is that like now?
It's terrible now. Nobody. We ain't got nobody, man.
Oh, we got his Wale, and he's been kind of quiet.
We gotta get it together. Everybody getting locked up.
Well, you got Fat Trail on here.
Trail just got out, man. We
I know
shout
he's
out
out
to
now.
him. You
I
know
think
what
he's
I'm
coming
saying?
up here at some point
He's
soon.
coming up, right?
Trail, shout out Q the Fool. He got out 2 days ago. He hit me up. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta stay out of jail. We gotta stay in the studio, get this money. You know what I mean? Everybody beefing with each other and stuff. So I'm in the middle of a lot of beef because I'm cool with everybody. So
Are you trying to be like the peacemaker?
I'm not trying to be none of that. I'm not. I'm gonna tell
I
you
don't want to
this.
be involved.
Sometimes it's a conversation too. It'd be a communication.
Nah, for me
lapse.
it's just real. Like, it's not trying to do none of that. Like, I'm not a. Like, people probably look at me and say I'm an activist. I am not. I'm gonna say this right now. I am not an activist.
You do give activist vibes.
No, I'm not an activist. I'm just real.
Okay.
If it's real and I feel it, I do it. So I could do something that people consider wrong. In that moment, I felt like it was right or real. So that's like, I'm not trying to be like a positive role model. If I am, that's what I am.
Right.
I'm not trying.
You
to
don't
do
want
none of
that burden of responsibility where people
That's
are
pressure.
watching.
Nah, not even that.
But I feel like the best activism comes from people who aren't trying to be activists.
Yeah, because you got to be real. And but like, it's not that I don't want the burden of responsibility, because at the end of the day, like, I'm a grown man. Like, if responsibility comes, I do it. I handle it, what I got to handle. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to do it. If it happens in the midst of me feeling like I'm being real and honest, then that's what it is. I would like for people to go in the right direction. I don't know I don't have all the answers, but if I think I have some of them, I'll tell you. But I'm not trying to do
So you're not trying to play peacemaker between all this DC.
I would like to be
DMV
that,
beef.
but I'm not trying to. I'm just
Right.
reaching out to people and putting them on songs, or getting them to, send me songs, or giving them advice, spending time with them, whatever I can to help them better themselves. And beefing with other people ain't gonna better your life,
Yeah, because sometimes people will put you in it if they see you do a song with them and then you do a song with another person.
you taking
and
I'm
a
gonna
they
be
side.
honest, they don't bring that to me. Like, they know,
He not with the
like,
shits.
they don't, like, we don't. That's
My
not
name
a
is Bennett.
conversation we having. Nope, don't put me in none of that. If I decide to come around this neighborhood, I might come to your neighborhood right after, and it's not a problem. If you don't want to associate with these people, that's on you. You make your own decisions, but don't bring me in nothing that I don't got nothing to do with. And that's, people know that with me. So
Now, with one of these classes, the No Label Academy that we were
Yes.
talking about earlier, because I know you took a break from it last year.
Yes.
So it's back this year.
yeah, this is the one you're coming to.
Yeah, I know. We've been discussing it. I definitely went to.
Yes, it's the one
good.
you're coming to.
No, I am. I've been told you that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna make it happen
He's just
for sure.
reiterating it.
No, I am. I am for sure. I enjoy stuff like that. I actually, at one point, thought I would be a teacher.
Oh,
when I was
really?
in college, I was doing the urban education semester and teaching. And it is something I do want to get back to. So I'm excited for it. I love the fact that you made that happen, because it's just, I think it's great when people have an idea that's out of the box and then they really actually do it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm known for that, though.
Yeah, I see.
I'm gonna say some crazy. I'm gonna do this, y'all. Everybody gonna be looking at me like, all right, yeah, right. And then you look up and it's happening.
Like the fact that you were like teaching people and helping them get their GEDs in prison.
He was also a barber, and then
And
he also
then- and you were a
started
barber?
rapping.
You know what I mean?
How did you get your GED and cut your hair?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
That's but
The
that,
man is talented.
that helped me go a long way in that prison system.
bet it
A lot
did.
of people really
Respect
mess
that.
with me.
Yeah.
They mess with me because of that. So, and a lot of them is still there, so they see me on TV. They see me on like when it's on BT or MTV or whatever. They know they get my albums.
Do you ever go back and visit or plans to
I
like
would
do
love
something?
to. I want to bring it remote. I want to bring my course to the prison
That'd
that
be
I was
dope.
locked up in remotely, so they'd be able to take it virtually. Yeah,
That would be really dope.
That's the big goal. We've been working on it, so let's see if we get it done.
All right. Well, IDK, thank you so much for coming through. This was fun.
Yeah, thank you.
We got to make sure we
Appreciate
do this more often, and I
Of course.
appreciate you so much.
Yes, thank
An
you.
amazing album. You guys make sure you check that out right now.
Yes,
F65. Yes, you can speed race and listen to jazz at the same
I
time.
love it. I love
And be
it.
conscious, not on purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And be friends with everybody, but not squash no beef.
Right.
Damn.
It's way up in Angela Yee.